This is Ankush here from Alif Consulting. Today we are going to talk about Azure VPN Gateway. Now, Azure VPN Gateway is the very important component in terms of hybrid networking or connecting your on-premise network with your cloud infrastructure. Because without any having a VPN gateway, you would not be able to connect your on-premise network or on-premise location with the Azure network or with your Azure workload. So that's the reason Azure VPN Gateway is a very important topics. Here are the some of the benefit of having the Azure VPN Gateway. So we can have a site-to-site IPsec tunnel. We can have a point to sites from anywhere. We have a 99.9% SLA, highly available, easy to manage, secure connection from anywhere, pay as you go, no termination fees. So these are the benefits of having the Azure VPN Gateway. Now, here are the option we have for the connectivity. We do have a site to site. We do have a point to site VPN, and we do have an express route, and we do have a VNet pairing. So here I mean to say the VNet pairing is if we have a two VNets uh, between two different subscription, then what we can do, we can use the VPN gateway to connect the VNet to VNet communication as well. So here are the difference of having a point to site to site, and express route VPN connection. So point to site, as it described by its name, it's just one to connection to the Azure VPN gateway. So let's say we have a remote user who is uh, working from his system, and he required to have the access to the Azure infrastructure. We do have options called point to site, which allows to connect the systems to the Azure subnets. We do a site to site where we need to basically connect, on-premise locations or on-premise data center with the Azure, which also called a hybrid networking. We can do with the site to site. Another one, we have a express route. So express route is typically one-to-one connection. It's a direct connection between your on-premise location to the Azure, and it's kind of MPLS connection, uh, which allows you to have a communication in more secure way, and the faster communication between your data center to the Azure location. So here are the some of the difference we have between point to site to site, and the express route. Now here are the design patterns. So we do have a four design patterns which we can consider, like site to site tunnel. We do have a multi-site tunnel. We do have a point to site tunnel, and then we have a VNet pairing. So site to site, like it's having a connecting a two location. One is from on-premise, and then connecting with the Azure is called site to site. And then multi-site call is where you have a 10 or 15 location across the globe, or you want to connect it with the Azure, then you can use a multi-site tunnel to connect with your multiple location. Point to site is just allow a individual user or individual developer to connect with the Azure. So that's called a point to site. And VNet pairing is similar to the on-premise, connecting a two VNets which is in different subscriptions to get connect each other using the IPsec or IK. So here are the HA options we have for Azure VPN Gateway. We do have active Azure VPN Gateway, which allow us to basically have the high availability. Second, we can have two devices running on the on-premise with the two different public IP, and through with we can get connect to the Azure VPN Gateway, or we can combine both to achieve a more high availability of the VPN connections to the Azure. So let's move to the demo. So in a demo, I would be going to show you how exactly you can go ahead and create a VPN gateway, and how we configure a point to site, and how we can go ahead and configure a site to site VPN. So let's move to the demo. So I already have logged in my subscription. So to create the VPN gateway, what you need a virtual network. So let's go ahead and create the virtual network first. And in my case, I already have one network, and this network also have a virtual VPN gateway deployed. So we'll be going to use for rest of the demo, since the VPN gateway take almost 40-45 minutes to get generate. So I will be going in this step. I will be going to show you how you can go ahead and create that, but rest of the things I will be going to show you with the my existing VNet gateway, which is already deployed in this subscription. So first we need virtual network. So let's go ahead and create the virtual network. I will be going to select this resource group, and let me define the name, and it's going to be in East US. So it's going to take a little time to get deploy this VNet, and we need to wait for it. Yep, this is done. So we can go to the resource, and here we can see which is a and this is the VPN, sorry, the virtual network which we have deployed. So in this virtual network, what we need to do, we need to deploy a subnet gateway, sorry, gateway subnet, basically, because this is a very important thing. If we don't have a gateway subnet, we'll not be able to deploy a VPN gateway. So we need to deploy a gateway subnet, so we can, so it's required a minimum /28. But if it's up to you how exactly you are defining your network strategy, or how exactly, or how many connections you are connecting with this uh, site to site with over the site to site VPN. So accordingly you have to define the range. So I'm using a /28 in my case, because I'm just going to have a one uh, not a even not a one side to side VPN, that's just a demo. So that even not going to be up and up working, since I don't have a other site or the on-premise site to show you in a demo, but I'll show you how you can go ahead and create the stuffs. Okay, so I'm going to use a /28, and that's it. Once this subnet is being created, we can go ahead and search for VPN gateway, and here is a virtual network gateway, and from here I can go ahead and create the virtual network gateway. I just need to click on create. I need to just select the resource group, and I need to select the region in which I'm going to be. So I'm going to use the East US. I need to select the network, and automatically it will be going to pick the resource group, because it's all right. I think I made a little change. Okay, so /28 would be there. I'll show you why this is error is coming here. So as soon as I selected my network, automatically the resource group is picked, because the gateway and the network Azure Virtual Network should be in the same resource group for the deployment. So I need to define the name. So let me define the name gateway 01. It's going to be in East US. I'm using the VPN. I'm not using the express route. Express route will be going to cover in our future videos. VPN type, I'm going to use the route base. So what is the difference in between route base and policy base? So it's just a difference of uh, IK protocol. So in route policy based, it use IKv1, and in route base, it use IKv2. But the major difference which come is the limitation. So with the policy base, you can only have a one site to site connection, but with the route base, you can have a multiple site to site connection running from your on-premise from connecting from the your multiple on-premise location. So you, this is basically the VPN type is basically depends on your VPN device which is running on the on-premise. So you have to make sure, like, if your on-premise device support policy base, you should select the policy base. If you're not selecting that, then your VPN would not be able to connect it. So the VPN type is always depend on the other side, how your on-premise device is going to be support the VPN type. So in my case, I'm selecting the route base, and then we have a plenty of SKUs. All of those SKUs have their own limitations. So I'm going to use, so with only thing is with G1, G2, G2 we have a limitation of the speed. Rest of the things are remain same, and with the AZ, what is going to be have, it's going to be deploy in the availability zone, which allows to have a redundancy. And with the AZ, we can have a multiple VPN gateway running on the both regions. So I'm going with the VPN GW1, and I'm going to select the standard public IP. I'm going to use public IP name. So I'm already have, I don't have any public IP which I can associate with this, because both of them is the basic. So I am going to create a new. So let me copy the name of the VPN and let me put here. Yep, and then pip. So, and then we do have an option called what exactly do you want to use? Do you want to use uh, s- what is you want to use? You want to use the active? Do you want to use the BGP? Or all of these options can be used. So in my case, I am uh, I am not using both of them. So yeah, that's fine. I can basically go ahead and enable that if I want to use the BGP or you want to use the active mode. And then I need to go ahead and add the tag if I want, and then review and click. In the review and click, it's going to validate the validate the information which I submitted, and accordingly, if there is any issues, it's going to be give the error like it's going giving us right now. So most probably looks like something is wrong. That's fine. Why it's not picking up /28? Because let me go ahead and have that basic. Okay, I'm going with the basic. So if you want to go with AW, specifically it's need a /28, but I'm going with the basic because I don't need uh, much features. So I'm going with the basic. But if you need zone redundancies and active mode, then you have to go with these options, and then only you would be able to use these options like active and stuff. All right, so let's review and create and click on create. So meanwhile, so this deployment is going to be take 40-45 minutes to get deploy the VPN gateways and deploy the instances in the backend. Because what happened whenever you deploy a VPN gateway in a backend, Microsoft deploy instances to be attached to this VPN gateway, or two VPN instances is always going to be attached with the one VPN gateway which we deploy. So if you see, if I refresh, I haven't seen anything yet, but it's going to be take a time, like I said, 45 minutes to deploy the VPN gateway. Now in my in next demos, what I'm going to do, I already have my VPN gateway deployed, which is a Alif demo gateway. With this VPN gateway, I'll going to show you how exactly you can go ahead and configure a point to site, and how exactly you can go ahead and create the site to site or VNet to VNet connection. Now for the point to site configuration, sorry, we have option called here, which is a point to site, and then here I need to define the address pool. So in my case, I already have defined the address pool, which is going to be assigned to the user who is going to be connect to the point to site, and then I need to select the tunnel. So we do have a plenty of tunnels type which we can use. In my case, I'm using the open VPN because I'm using the Active Directory communication for the authentication, and then this we point to site connection is being this point to site connection is being authenticated for with the Active Directory. So there is another steps which you need to perform. So there is an application which you need to register, and with that after registering the application, you need to give the application ID. You need to define this issuer with your tenant ID and your tenant details here, and then it will be get connected with your with your Active Directory, and from there you will be get authenticated. So once these things has been configured, you need to download this VPN client. This is going to be download your configuration. So this is how your configuration look like. In that zip file, you would be going to get a two folders. You need to go to the VPN client, and this is your configuration file which you need to import to your VPN client. Now for the point to point, Microsoft have already released a VPN client which is called Azure VPN Client, and this client is available for Windows and Mac as well. So for the Mac, it's recently announced, but for Windows, it's already there. So here what you need to do, you have a two option. Either you can go ahead and add the informations, all of this information if you have with handy with you, that's you can do it. Else you can go ahead and import the option as well. So in my case, I'm going to import it, and that's it. I need to select the VPN file which I want to import it and click on open. So as soon as I did that, it automatically going to select all the information. It's automatically going to fill all the information, whatever the information has been coming from that XML file, and click on save. As soon as do that, I just need to click on connect, and I need to basically enter my informations like the user AD user information, my username and password to get connected, and click on connect, and just need to allow this one. And as soon as did that, I'm able to connect. So if I go here and if I refresh this page, I would see my machine details or the IP which is associated to this machine in this configuration. So if you go down, I would be able to see IP. I don't know why I'm not able to see it, but specifically I can see the IP here as well, the list of the IP which is allocated from this address pool. Now, if I go back to this VNet, you see I have a few VMs, and I would be able to connect that with this IP. So most probably I would not be able to do it right now because my VM have NSG attached with in which I have any rule created for the deny. So I'm going to remove that so that it can allow us the communication. So yep, this is the rule which I'm talking about. So I'm going to remove this one because I no longer needed this one, and then I can go ahead and connect this VM using the private IP. So okay, so this rule has been removed now. I have a VNet to VNet communication allowed. So let me open my app called a remote desktop, and with that remote desktop app, I would be able to connect this VM using the private IP. So yep, I just need to paste here, and that's it. Click on add and click on connect. So it's taking a little time. Maybe the NSG haven't initiated yet. The NSG rule which I have removed it haven't got updated in the backend. So yep, you see now it asking me for the username and password, and I can go ahead and log in into the VM using the private IP. So that this is the benefit of having a point to site VPN through which I can go ahead and connect with the VM or with the server which is running on Azure in a secure way over the point to site. So I am inside the VM. I can do all the works which I want to do, and once that is done, I can go ahead and close this session, and I can go back to the client VPN and I can disconnect from here. So this is how you can have your point to site VPN configured or running with your Azure VPN Gateway. Now, next move to the another option, which is site-to-site VPN. So to have a site-to-site VPN, there's a few things which you need to configure. First, you need to configure your local network. So why this is needed? Because the VPN gateway need to know to which public IP it's need to connect or which private IP is need to be allowed over the communication for the from the VPN. So let's go ahead and create a local network first. With the local network gateway, what we do, we define a public IP of the device through which we are going to connect, and all the local IPs which is going to be connect over the site to site VPN. Okay, so I'm going to select the group, and I'm going to select the location. I need to define the name, so let's give it Alif demo local gateway, and then I can go ahead and define the public IP of the VPN device. So in my case, I'm going to the 888. I know it's not a valid, it doesn't have anything there with this IP. This is a Google DNS, public DNS, but I'm using it just for reference. And then I need to define the address range which I want to connect over the this VPN gateway. Now what happened? All the communication from this private IP coming over this public IP would be allowed. Okay, so click on next, and here I have option, do you want to use the BGP? So in my case, I'm not using the BGP, but you can take the advantage of BGP on the VPN connection and the site to site connection with the VPN gateway as well. Now click on review and create, and click on create. So once this local network gateway is created, it doesn't mean that it will be automatically start connecting to the on-premise. For that, you need to create one more configuration, which is called a connection. So in a connection, what exactly you are going to do? In a connection, you are going to define through which local network or between which local network and which VPN gateway this communication is going to be. So we need to wait for just few seconds to get this local network gateway deployed, and then we can go ahead and create the connections to connect to each other. So it's done. Now let's go back to the VPN gateway, and this is my existing VPN gateway, which I'm doing all the configuration and demo. So configuration connections, click on add, and here I can define the name. So let's, all right, I can select the type. Is it going to be site to site, or is it going to be VPN? So VPN to VPN come handy when you have a two VPNs gateway running in the different subscription. Then you can use the VNet to VNet. But if you have a two VNets running in the same subscription, even in a different region, then you can take a advantage of global VNet pairing. So here I need to select which gateway is going to be, and then I need to select the secondary gateway, which I already have created. But okay, so in my case, it's going to be site to site. So here I need to select the local network gateway for the other reason. So it's going to be show me which the local network which I have created, and then I need to basically define the pre-shared key. So pre-shared key is a very important thing, because with the pre-shared key, it's going to be authenticated on both sides. So whatever the pre-shared key we have configured on the on-premise, same key we can go ahead and put here, or whatever the pre-shared key we have put it here, the same configuration, same pre-shared key we can go ahead and put in the on-premise side. So I am going to do, so this is the pre-shared key I'm going to put, but this is just for demo, which I put ABC at 123. But if you are doing in a production, you should have encrypted pre-shared key, and or encrypted, actually I can say, the a more complex pre-shared key, so that no one can guess this thing. Now here you can see which protocol do you want to use. I am using the IKV2, and click on OK. So as soon as this is connection is being done, what happened? It's going to take a few minutes to get initiate the connection. As soon as connection is get initiated, the status of this connection will be going to change from connecting to the connected state, and then we can start communicate to the we can start communication to the both side, and from there we can connect to the all the resources. Even from the Azure side, we can connect to the all the resources to the on-premise, to the VNet in which we have created this site to site, or from the on-premise we can connect to the all the resources which has been deployed in the VNet in which we have created this VPN gateway. So that's how it's happened. All right, so looks like something is goes wrong with my internet, so give me a few seconds. I think something is wrong with my VPN, so let me go. Sorry, something is wrong with my internet. Yep, I'm back. Yep, my internet is back now. So If I refresh this one, let's see, I would be able to see a one connection. So you can see my deployment is already in progress, and I would be able to see one connection is already being created. So as of now, the status of this connection is basically in the unknown state, but as soon as this status is get changed to the connected, I would be able to see data in, data out here, and I would be able to connect with my resources on the both sides. So So that's how you can go ahead and create your point to site and site to site VPN, and that's how you can use it with your network, and you can create your hybrid networking, and you can connect your resources on both sides. Well, that's what I have for you in this video. If you like this video, please go and like and subscribe, or if you need any help, please feel free to reach us. Thank you.